Hello everybody, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and a very special evening of racing. This is our Radical Invitational event, the Battle of the Hot Lappers, TDI 99 versus Mark Tranter from the LOA. It's going to be an exciting night of racing, and not just those guys, we've got a bunch of very great fast drivers in there as well. We've got 3 or 4 more drivers from Tony's channel, and also we've got the likes of Rob Miller, Gavin Kelly, and of course our Season 2 and Season 3 champion David Lyon. So this is going to be a very exciting night of racing. We're racing at Brands Hatch, Road America, and of Daytona International as well, where we had a tremendous race in Season 1. It's a track that's really exciting for these high-powered radical cars. We're just waiting for the first session to come up now, so I will just check in on that and be back with you very shortly. Okay guys, session just loading up now, so we will be seeing the cars on track ever so shortly. Already we've got Andy Bootland, David Lyon, Gavin Kelly, Jason Larson, Keith Augustin, Lawrence Aaron Jenkins, Mark Tranter, Merrin Hugavin, Oliver Walker, Rob Miller, Sam Stott, Stephen Crossley, Tony Dibden himself, Ter Malarin and Will Burnett all joining the session. And we'll be looking at the cars on track very shortly indeed. First track will be Brands Hatch, which was the choice of Mark Tranter from the LOA. Tony's choice was Road America. Very, very different circuits indeed, with such long straights around Road America compared to Brands Hatch. Very short and compact lap in comparison, but some incredibly high speed and demanding corners on that lap. So, session still just loading up now, 75% for my computer, so we'll be broadcasting cars on track very shortly. And while that happens, I will then have to sort out Will Burnett's name. He's got such a troublesome name, as you can, WH Burnett B means he just comes up as B on the timing screens, which is very infuriating, so I will fix that while we watch the cars during their practice session. Cars are now out on track, so let's bring them straight over there. That's Will Burnett having a big one. Bringing up the session state, we can see what's what in this session. Here we are then, we're looking at Merrin Hoogervin in the Martini car. Oh, a bit wide there. Currently, Tony Dibden is the fastest with a 119.31 from Sam Stott with a 121.69. Stephen Crossley, a 122.3. But there goes Merrin with a 120.4. But surely that lap was illegal after his off-track. Let's get a look at Tony Dibden. And here he is then. A long-time YouTuber and a superb all-round nice guy. He puts together some fantastic tutorials. I really recommend subscribing to his channel and going to watch them. His handle is TDI99. I've always found his skip barber tutorials very useful in the past, but obviously, as we said before, he now does radical events, which is why we organised this event. It came about, I mean, it was purely by coincidence that he started doing broadcasting how to do laps in the Radical at the same time we did. But we're delighted about it, so... So this is currently the 20-minute practice session, then there will be a 10-minute quali and a 20-minute race. And while you're watching the cars, I will just fix Will Burnett's name so that it doesn't infuriate me all evening. Thank you, Niam. Would have helped. I didn't realise. Anyway, we've had a cracking start to this race. Welcome aboard. David Lyne is in the lead then from Rob Miller. Tony Dibden has made a tremendous start and gone up to P3. Crossley sadly lost it at the start and has fallen down to 15th place. He lost it at the Surtees corner. Look at that then. Dibden to the inside of Miller as they came through Paddock Hill Bend. He's made a tremendous move there, up to second place then. Miller looking to the outside, but I think he knows that move is done. So David Lyne currently running in first place then. He was our last Radical winner in the LOA in season 1. He had to come through Surtees. So Gavin Kelly is just leaving the pits now. He had to serve a penalty after a jump start. Very unfortunate after a good qualifying for Gavin. He had to come through Hawthorne then. And it looks like Tony Dibden is having a tremendous first opening stint to this race. And look at that, he's trying to shape up on Lyne then. As they came through Pilgrim's Drop. Lyne's run wide. So David Lyne has just run wide. Tony Dibden up into the lead then. Rob Miller now in second. Lyne has rejoined in fourth place. So welcome to everyone who is watching along. This is a Radical Invitational event between the Limit of Adhesion and Tony Dibden, aka TDI 99. This is the Battle of the Hot Lappers, as both channels started doing hot lap videos for the Radical at the same time, and we thought it'd be fun just to have a bit of a race event together. So I can let you know that Tony Dibden, one of the two hot lappers, is currently leading the race, whereas Mark Tranter, the original hot lapper for the Radical from the LOA, is currently running in fourth place. Tony set the new fastest lap of the race of 1:19.48. Mark had done a 1:19.04, but I think it was an illegal lap. So this is the choice of track of Mark Tranter. Then we'll be going to Road America, which was Tony's choice. And the third track will be Daytona International, the road course. Scene of the famous Daytona 24 Hours. We're looking at our leaders then. Tony Dibden from TDI 99 YouTube channel. Do check him out if you want to see some excellent content. His tutorials, especially for the Skip Barber and the Radical, are excellent. A new fastest lap for Rob Miller then, swiftly deposed by Mark Tranter in fourth place, and he's done a 1:18.31. Mark Tranter up to third place then, so he's just gone past Lyne and Bootland. So Tony Dibden currently running in first place from Rob Miller in second. Mark Tranter is now up to third place and really starting to get the hammer down. Andy Bootland is in fourth from David Lyne in fifth, our early leader. Oliver Walker is now in sixth place ahead of Merrin Hoogovin. Lawrence Aaron Jenkins is all the way up to eighth place. That's a great run for him. Then Jason Larson is currently running in ninth. Stephen Crossley is in 10th. Ter Malarin looks like he's in the pit lane and falling down the order, which has promoted Will Burnett to 11th. 12th is Ter Malarin. 12th is now Keith Augustin. So Tours in the pits. Sam Stott is in 14th, and Gavin Kelly, after his jump start, is in 15th position. Mark Tranter is only 1.5 seconds off the lead of this race then. There he is, just coming into shot behind the two leaders. There's only half a second between Rob Miller and Tony Dibden, running first and second place. A new fastest lap by Mark Tranter then, a 1:17.97. That's an astonishing pace. Riding on board with Rob Miller then as he comes down to Surtees. And that's Tony Dibden. You can just see him just 7/10 of a second up the road. Jason Larson, meanwhile, has just passed the ledge for 8th place. And let's check in with Mark Tranter then. This is the car behind Rob. Here he is. And if he can get past Rob, then we will have an on-track battle of the hot lappers, not just as the title of the event. Through Stirlings he comes then, down clearways, heading towards Clark Curve to end the lap. God, you can see him battling the car, correcting it and turning left into a right-hander there. A new fastest lap for Tony Dibden and a 1:17.7. Tony is flying out front. Looks like the ledge has gone off track. Meanwhile, further back. Oh no, look, Rob Miller has spun through Druids. That's a disaster. So Rob just losing the car then. He's fallen down to 5th place. That's promoted Andy Bootland onto the podium then. So we're looking at Tony Dibden, Mark Tranter and Andy Bootland are the current podium sitters. Let's check in with our race leader then, Tony Dibden. He is flying along. He did say I could check in and talk to him, but I don't think he'd want that right now when he's leading the race. Let's get back to a sensible shot. There we go then. There's Tony. We'll have a chat with some drivers in the interval between the next race. Meanwhile, David Lyne is closing in very fast indeed on Andy Bootland in 3rd place after his earlier mistake. We're on board with Dave now as he comes through Clark Curve. There's Andy ahead of him. They're on the main straight. The gap is only 0.3 of a second between these two drivers. And if you're new to the limits of Adhesion, welcome aboard. Hope you're enjoying this race as much as I am. I can tell you that Dave is a driver that is phenomenally quick, but maybe not so hot on the. He's quite tentative on the racing attacks. So if he does this move, it will probably be because he's forced Andy into a mistake, or he can just get past him in a safe manner. Dave will not do anything risky here. Famous last words. He'll probably cream into the back of him. Yeah, they come to Hawthorns then. This is the battle for the podium. And we're about 9 minutes now into a 20-minute race. The gap at the front is 2.2 seconds between Tony Dibden and Mark Tranter. And the gap is just 0.2 between Andy Bootland and David Lyne, who we are riding on board with. You rather feel like there's going to be an overtake sooner or later. Meanwhile, Rob Miller is only 0.4 behind this battle as well, and we know Rob will make a move. Let's ride on board with Rob. We could be heading for a superb twofer. You see the deformed panel on the left rear of Dave's car there. Yeah, they come through Graham Hill. This is such a lightweight car with an enormously powerful V8 engine. They go like the clappers, and it makes them a little lively when you're trying to accelerate out of a corner. You've got to be super smooth with this car or you will spin and crash. And there's less than half a second separating these three cars. So one mistake and we could lose 3 cars from this race. The gap at the front is still increasing. Tony Dibden now leading by nearly 3 seconds from Mark Tranter. You can overtake round Brands Hatch, but it is tricky. And look at that then, yeah, Mark Tranter 0.3, nearly 0.4 off of Tony on that last lap. And obviously it's every man for himself. I won't say every person, but yeah, they are all men sadly. iRacing tends to be a bit of a sausage fest. But every man for himself, and there will be no team orders, so Dave won't want to let Rob by. He just wants to do the best he can achieve in this race. So don't be you won't be seeing an LOA driver moving over to let another LOA driver through to do better against the TDI 99 driver, and you won't see the same from those guys either. Everyone will be trying to win for themselves, which is what you want to see. Oh, look at this then. Rob's got a tremendous run, but he's coming through Dingle's Dell, which is a very difficult place to pass indeed. Just ask Beitskivissa from the W Series when she did that amazing pass on the Grand Prix loop on Jamie Chadwick in 2019. 2 wheels on the grass. I did an interview with her and was asking her about that earlier this year, and she was not fazed about it at all. She just said, I know I had to do it if I wanted to win the championship. I would have been bricking it myself if I'd had 2 wheels on the grass going through a corner like that. Here we are through Druids then once again. This is lap 10 of the race. It's a race of time though, not of laps, so we're heading for a 20-minute race. The gap is getting ever closer then. David Lyon is really starting to shape up on Andy Bootland. Can he get the run on him through Pilgrim's Drop, which is this straight ahead? It's not helped by the fact that Hawthorns is such a quick bend at the other end of it though. That was, I believe, Augustin letting these guys through. He was a lap down, sadly. Gavin Kelly and Sam Stott both in the pit lane then, and out of the race, I assume. That's unfortunate. I know they'll be back and raring to go in the next one. Here we go through Stirlings once again and down Clearways heading towards Clark Curve. Meanwhile, the gap at the front is coming down. Mark Tranter is really starting to bring the noise. 117.71 fastest lap for Mark. He is starting to close in on Tony Dibden ahead. Here is Mark then. That's Tony just ahead, plunging down the hill to Graham Hill Bend. Bootland has been passed by Line. Cut away just too soon. Let's take a replay then. I'll just see if I can get it right. Here we go. So this is the pass that Dave made. Wow, great move into Druids then. Dave passing Andy Bootland for second place, but Andy fighting back as they came down to Graham Hill. And nearly slight oversteer there, but well held. And now will be the chance for Rob Miller. And there he is then. Rob shaping up on Andy. Didn't quite get through though. Wow, Mark nearly losing the rear of the car there. That's Merin Hugavin in the Martini car just behind as well. So he's doing well to haul himself back into contention. I think this battle has hurt Dave and Rob's pace though, because we saw from practice and quali that they were certainly the measure of Dibden and Tranter ahead, but now here they are like 10 seconds behind. Only 5 minutes of this race left to go. A new fastest lap from Tony Dibden then, who's responded to Mark. He's done a 1:17.57. The gap at the front, 1.6 seconds. But this is the closest battle on the track then. It's Rob Miller and Andy Bootland. Andy in the monster car and Rob in the Mercedes car just behind with the Petronas rear wing. Oh, Rob's so close then as they come through. Wow, as they came through the drop then, one more time out of Westfield, through Sheen, heading down to Stirlings. Rob is desperate to get through because I'm sure he knows that if he can get past Andy, then he's got a good chance of passing Dave. He's doing it as he goes into Clark Curve. Oh, that's a splendid move there. Well done, Rob. But Andy's fighting him back as they come down the main straight, heading for Paddock Hill. Rob sideways there, just braking as late as he dared, but he's done the move. Great move there by Rob Miller then, who's up into 4th place. The gap at the front is ebbing and flowing. Meren Hugavin will be the next then on for Andy to deal with. Here he is. Meren's made an amazing debut into the limit of adhesion. He came 3rd on his first race at Summit Point in the Formula Renault 2.0 and then improved to 2nd for Lime Rock, our finale. So a very exciting prospect in the Dallara F3 for our Season 4, which is starting very soon, in just a couple of weeks' time. And you can look out for the video in about 3 weeks' time. Meren's definitely shaping up on Andy here. God, Andy must be feeling quite bullied here as he's had 2 cars go past him in short order. And where's Meren going to launch his assault? The gap at the front still 1.7 seconds then. This is still the closest battle on track, although Rob Miller, as predicted, is very close to the back end of David Lyon ahead of him. Heading down to Surtees one more time then. This is lap 14. 2 minutes of the race left to go, so we should get another couple of laps out of it. Gap down to 1.3 at the front. Looks like Mark Tranter has passed Tony Dibden, in fact. Sorry, I completely missed it. Let's get a replay. See what happened. So Tony's braked himself. Drew is avoiding... Is that Tourmalar in the red and black car? And that's allowed Mark through. Oh, that's unfortunate indeed. Tony's driven a storming race. And here he is then on the back of Mark. A new fastest lap of the race, a 1:17.55. Scorching pace from Tony Dibden here. But if he's going to make the win, he's only going to have a couple of laps to do it. Looks like Lawrence Aaron Jenkins has had a crash, as has Oliver Walker. Try and get some replays at the end of the race, because I think this gap, as you can see, is down to under a second. I think we need to focus on this battle to the end of the race, because we could be heading for a last lap fight for the win between our 2 hot lappers then. Mark Tranter currently in the lead, Tony Dibden in 2nd place. 1.15 seconds is the gap. It's ebbing and flowing, but it feels like Tony's got the measure in terms of the ultimate lap race at the moment. But we know Mark Tranter, he drives with his elbows out a mile wide. And he's not going to be afraid of going toe-to-toe, wheel-to-wheel with Tony. Ooh, Tony just clipping the curb there as he came through. Fortunate not to upset the car. Through Druids, I assume for the final time then. This must be the last lap of the race. 20-minute race, and we are into the 20th minute. So come down to Surtees. The gap is 1.4 seconds. Mark Tranter in the lead from Tony Dibden in 2nd. David Lyon is in 3rd. Rob Miller is in 4th. Meren Hugavin up to 5th place then, so he did get past Andy Bootland, who's now running in 6th. Oliver Walker is in 7th despite a crash. And then we've got Jason Larson running in 8th, and Will Burnett is in 9th. 10th is Stephen Crossley. Look at that, Steve. Tony trying his damnedest has just run slightly wide there as they came through the last couple of corners of the Grand Prix loop. But here is Mark Tranter then. Out of Clark Kerr for the final time. Mark Tranter wins at Brands Hatch from Tony Dibden in 2nd place. And we'll try and fit some replays in now. So this is a replay of Oliver Walker having an accident. And this is at Druids. Is that Malarin off track again? Oh gosh. That is a strange one from Ollie then. He should have been alright there. We'll grab a quick replay of the ledge then. Who's also had an incident. So the ledge back in his familiar red and black livery, so maybe he was the one who was causing the issues. So here he is at Druids. Has a spin. That was line going through. So was he involved? Oh, I'm afraid to say, I think the ledge could be the one that caused the problem for Tony then. There's me blaming the innocent Tor Malarin. That's because he was racing this livery the other day. So yeah, Tony forced to run onto the gravel. And I rather feel that the ledge has cost Tony that win. So let's take a look at the final classifications of race 1. So, Mark Tranter wins a highly entertaining race at Brands Hatch from Tony Dibden in second. David Lyne was in third, ahead of Rob Miller in fourth. Merrin Hoogerving comes home in fifth, ahead of Andy Bootland. In sixth, Oliver Walker was in seventh, and eighth was Jason Larson. Will Burnett came home in ninth, ahead of Stephen Crossley. Lawrence Aaron Jenkins costing Tony Dibden the win. He came home in 11th, ahead of Keith Augustin, Tor Malarin, Sam Stott, and Gavin Kelly. So now we just await the transition to the new track, and in the meantime we will go and have a chat with Tony Dibden. While I frantically try to remember how to export the results so that I can keep an eye on the tournament itself. So do bear with me while I sort that out. First of all, though, let's check in with Tony Dibden. Hi Tony, you're live on the stream. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Yeah, it was a good first race. I think I was holding off Mark quite well, and then unfortunately we had an issue in turn 2, and I tried my best to catch him over the 4 remaining laps, I think it was, but yeah, I didn't have enough, and then made a mistake on after Sheen, I think it was, and that was it. Snookered then, couldn't do any more.
Yeah, I saw you hit the grass there a little bit, but well held to keep the car facing the right way there. It was, Lawrence Aaron Jenkins, unfortunately, having a spin in Druids that cost you, and you had to run into the gravel. Such an unfortunate result, because it looked like you were dominating the race before that.
Yeah, I mean, Tanner was keeping me on my toes, so yeah, it wasn't easy, so I had to keep pushing, and I did make a few mistakes, but luckily so did he. And yeah, just that unfortunate incident, but that happens in racing. So we kept it on the track, we kept going. He still didn't run away with it, so that was all good. So bring on the second one.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and Andy, you had a tremendous race. Some great scraps there with you, David Lyne, and Rob Miller, and also Merrin as well.
Yeah, I don't know what happened at the start. Some people seemed to jump. There was a couple of spinners in the first corner. And I managed to find myself in third place and just tried to stay on the coattails, but I think I just lost a bit of pace in the second half, and they just started dive bombing me into turn 2, and I couldn't defend, so I lost 3 or 4 places at the end. But
my bad for the awful start there.
But no, I'm really happy with that. I made a couple of places, which is considering how much I've been struggling this week at the circuit, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, no, excellent result indeed. And Stephen, how was your race?
Well, got through turn 1 all right with all the spinners up to about 4th or 5th, and then spun it coming up onto the straight, put myself to the back of the grid and just chased down. Not really a lot happened.
Fair enough.
Pretty boring race.
Well, best luck for the next one then. And Keith, I guess you had more troubles. What happened?
pretty much my aim for the race was to try and stay on the track and hope everyone else dies, which I pretty much did. Had a good race towards the end, but I couldn't get round him for 11th, and trying to keep 25 seconds ahead of the guy behind me, which I managed to do.
Excellent stuff. Oh, good. Well, best of luck, guys, for the next one, and we'll see you on track.
Yep,
Cheers,
fingers
thank you.
crossed. Cheers, Gareth.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
See you in a bit, Gareth.
So that was the guys from the TDI 99 channel. Then we are just waiting for the next session to come up, so please bear with while we get that loaded. So we're still waiting for the second race event to appear so we can jump in and start watching cars on track. As soon as that appears, we will get in and get broadcasting it. In the meantime, let's jump over to the Limit of Adhesion Discord to have a chat with these guys. Hello everyone, you're live on the stream. How are we doing?
Being better.
Good,
Yeah.
thanks, Gareth. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Will. Yes, the ledge. You cost Tony the win there.
Yeah, that is not how you do a blue flag.
No.
No.
He's remarkably sanguine about it, though.
Yeah. I heard him. These things happen. You know, I'm thinking, right, they're coming up. Where's a good place to let them pass? And then all that's going through my head whilst I'm taking the corner. And yeah, you saw it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And Gavin, what happened to you? The jump start?
Total brain fart. When I served the penalty, and then I had somehow, even when the limits were on, speeding in the pit lanes.
Ah,
And after that, I had a crash, and I decided I'm going to quit before I take out someone.
fair enough. Okay. So we're just waiting for the second race. Where are we going to be?
Road America.
Road America. Excellent. So this was Tony Gibson's choice of track. Dave, an unfortunate run wide you had. If you're with us. No, he's not. And Mark is muted as well, so won't be chatting with him yet. Merrin, I thought you did very well with your run. Good battle with Andy.
I had a lot of fun seeing David, Robert, and Andy battling, and in the end, I managed to at least grab Andy's place, so that was nice.
Yeah, no, it was a tremendous scrap, showing very well indeed. Right, I'm going to bail out of here and come back to you guys later on. Enjoy the next race. So I was checking in on the Limit of Adhesion's Discord. And still waiting for the stream to the next race to arrive. Taking its sweet time, unfortunately. So, a very exciting first race of 3 then, and first blood to Mark Tranter. And Tony Dibden in second, though. That was very close between our two hot lap heroes. Exciting to see what happens next then at Tony's choice of track. And I can promise you we did not pass any bags of money to Lawrence and Jenkins to bin it like that. Sounds like it was his own brain fart. Such a shame as well, because it was a tremendous race by Tony. Dominating like that. But such is racing, as he says, and we'll go again very shortly. Okay, I've just heard that the session will be up in 6 minutes' time, so we will take a break and be back with you in 6 minutes. Okay guys, still waiting for the session to appear. I've been promised it should be up very shortly indeed. As a reminder then, this is the Limit of Adhesion Radical Invitational Battle of the Hot Lappers versus Tony Dibden from TDI 99. And we're delighted to be joined as well by Andy Bootland, Stephen Crossley and Keith Augustin, who are fellow subscribers of Tony's channel. Nice to have the four of them with us. And we wait to go to Road America. Delighted to say that the session is now live and we are heading on in. So very shortly we'll be bringing you some cars on track. Long last. So let's talk about Road America then. It's a 4-mile long track, much longer than Brands Hatch, which we've just been to. Corners of note: turn 1, a very fast 4th gear corner, and then you've got turn 2 is effectively straight. It's one of those tracks with weird stupid names of corners. Turn 3 is quite a tight 3rd gear corner, then you've got ever such a long run down to a very tight 2nd gear corner, which is turn 5 on the track map. I'll probably say turn 3. Turn 6 is a very tricky corner under the bridge as well, and then turn 8, a mirror of that corner on at the end of a downhill. And you've got a very interesting corner called the Carousel, very long, about 190 degrees. And finally the Canada corner, which comes at the end of a very long run called the Kettle Bottoms. That also will catch a lot of drivers out as they try and break down from probably the fastest they're going on the track all the way down to 3rd gear. Try and carry as much speed as you can through Canada corner. And the last couple of corners, slightly technical, but it will be interesting to see how the drivers cope with them. So let's get ready for some action at Road America. Our car's already out on track then. We're riding on board with Andy Bootland then, and he's on the long run from turn 3. Why do we keep switching? It's quite irritating. Sort that out. Sam Stott getting it very wiggly then. So that's Sam in the blue Calsonic livery car. Will Burnett in the pink car behind him. So they've just come through that turn 3, as I say, the one that feels like real turn 2. Now they're on a long straight, which apparently has a couple of corners in it somewhere. And then this is turn 5. 2nd gear corner. And you see the ledge has just outbraked himself in there. And then this is that really tricky 6 as you pop up over the crest just under the bridge, and you see Sam's got it incredibly wrong there. A real example of how not to do it. Is that Tony Dibden coming through? Yes, it is. Well, audio's now as loud as it could go without, I don't really want to get any distortion. The music's off now though, so we're in a 10-minute practice session, and then it will be a 10-minute qualifying and a 20-minute race. So Sam getting it very wrong there. And who have we not checked in with recently? Let's see, Termalarin. We haven't seen him for a while. Here he is then. And just going off the road in his Ferrari liveried Radical there. He's just in that final couple of corners. You had to let off as you come through the fast left-hander before the right-hander to finish the lap, or you will run wide just like Tor's just done. And it's a long blast down this main straight. Let's ride on board then with Tor as we take you around the track. Should be in 4th gear as he comes through this corner then. And see if you can spot turn 2. It is along this straight allegedly. And on the brakes then for turn 3. Safely through there, using all the runoff on the exit. And now you've got an ever such a long run. This is the Moraine sweep under the cheese truck bridge. And we're heading down to turn 6. Looking for the 3 marker on the right hand side. He's braking at the 2 there. That's brave. Here he goes in all the way down to 1st gear. Probably could do it in 2nd there. This is the tricky one straight after it. Sorry, that's turn 6. The previous one was turn 5. If we bring up some driver inputs, we can see what Tor's up to. Here we go. So this is the carousel coming up then. Long sweeper of a corner. He's in 3rd gear. Probably doing 4th actually. He's just jumped up into 4th gear then. Hard on the power then. This is the... Oh, he's off track. Oh, well held. Now this corner ahead is called the kink. It can be quite scary in really fast cars. You've got to turn in and commit quite early to the corner. Now we're heading down through the kettle bottoms towards Canada corner ahead. You have to brake earlier than you think for this corner. Here he goes, and he's gone all the way down to 2nd. You can carry 3rd through here. Use that black runoff on the right, on the left-hand side for maximum exit. Now lift off slightly over here, back on the power. You can go a lot earlier than that. Don't need to change down Tor. 1 corner to go then. Here it is. Oh, Tor is very unconfident in this car, and which is different to what you see when he's racing in a GT3. Because I tell you, this guy is quick. Rob Miller currently the fastest driver then with a 201.67. Let's see the difference then as he comes around the lap. So we're riding on board Rob Miller heading down to Canada corner. Third gear, just a little correction of the car as he goes in and see using all of that black runoff bit. Just a hesitation and a lift through there. 1 corner to go. 3rd gear feeds the car in nicely. The Radical is all about being patient. It's a very, very rapid car, but you've got to be a little patient with it. He's jumped up to 6th a little early there. 6th is top gear with this car. Oh, not even braking till he got to the 100 metre board then. Down to 4th, chucks the car in nicely. Down to turn 3 he goes. And he's improved to a 2:51 and a 2:61 for Merrin. And Tony Dibden then a 2:2.29. So the drivers all starting to get very dialed in ahead of this race. Practice is over. We will be jumping straight into the qualifying session then. So once again, we will be running on their own. And as he seems to be one of the contenders for pole, we'll ride on board with Rob Miller once again then. So Rob Miller then heading into turn 5. Taking it nice and easy. No point spinning and crashing into the wall on your outlap. That Corvette bridge really hides a cheeky monster of a corner hiding just behind it there. And this is its twin, except this one's got a little dip on the inside there. You can see Rob just putting his 2 wheels in, and that will help the car pull around the corner, but you have to trust it. If you try and then correct what the car's doing because it's in the dip, you're going to have a spin. It's a real pig of a corner. Nice exit from the carousel. Through the kink he goes, so you're committing nice and early, no hesitation on the throttle, unlike Tor when we were on board with him. And now heading down through the kettle bottoms to Canada Corner. Through Canada he goes then, just 2 corners to go on the out lap, and we're ready for his main lap. Here comes Rob Miller then to start his first flying lap. There's the gantry looming over the track with the little man on it. And we are racing. Heading down to turn 1 then. He's going to brake around the 100 metre board. Or cone. There it is. Down to 4th gear. Chucks the car in onto the curb. Nice use of the curb on the exit. Heading down through the kink of 2 to turn 3. All the way down to 3rd gear is that? Yep. And then heading down the moraine sweep then. That's turn 4. That just nothingness kink on the straight. Heading down to turn 5. This is the sharp left-hander then. He's going to go all the way down to 2nd gear. And Rob could feel the car running out wide a little bit. He just had to be a little patient with it there. It's probably lost him a couple of tenths. Through 6 he goes. 7th's a nice little corner. Maximum commitment, just a little lift and hard on the power. And then rolling down the hill towards 8 then. This is a real pig of a corner, like I said. And Rob's safely through there and heading into the carousel. This is 2 corners together, 190 degrees. You have to be a little patient in the middle, and you can see Rob just chucked it down 1 gear to get the rotation he needed. And he's out of there and heading towards the kink. Turning almost as soon as you can see the curving on the right-hand side. Max commitment, now heading down through kettle bottoms to Canada Corner once again. This is turn 12. Using all the exit there nicely. Turn 13 is just a little lift and fire through, and heading to turn 14, which is the final corner. Here he is then. And this should be our first time on the board. I think Gavin Kelly might be just ahead of him in his lap. Mark Tranter a 2:47 then. Here's Rob's time. It's a 2:67. Will Burnett's done a 2:01.52, but Ollie Walker's done a 2:88. It's very close between those first 3 cars. Tony Dibden slotted in with a 2:55. Let's ride on board with Mark Tranter then as he does his second lap. Here he is. Heading down the moraine sweep then. Down to 2nd, nicely controlled out of 5. Mark Tranter setting personal best sectors then for the first 3 sectors of this lap. This is a quicker lap than his previous effort. David Lyon has done 3 good sectors and 1 slightly slower, so it'll be interesting to see how much slower that sector was. Unfortunately, it doesn't show purple sectors like we're used to in F1. So it's hard to tell if Mark's sectors are better than Tony or Rob's or Ollie's behind him. Oh, he's lost it for Canada. Well held, Mark. No, he's too greedy on the exit. Ah, such a shame because that was a storming lap. Never mind for Mark. He gathers the car up. Didn't hit the wall, so he'll be able to go again. Checking in with Tony Dibden then. Oh, we are seeing purple sectors then. I do correct myself. Oliver Walker has done the fastest first sector. 3 slower sectors compared to his best in the next 3 sectors though. But we'll wait to see if this time is an improvement for Ollie Walker. Meanwhile, Tony Dibden then heading up to cross the line. He's done a couple of purple sectors. This is going to be a rapid time. Goes top, Tony Dibden with 2:07. Did Ollie get to complete his lap? So it doesn't look like there was an improvement for Ollie, unfortunately. Unless he just still hasn't finished the lap. Gosh, it is such a long one round here. 2 minutes, as I say, is the fastest time. Merrin Hugavin, so it's showing well, and after his previous race, he's done a 2:74. Starting to feel really confident with this car. Is Merrin. Will Burnett still with 2:01.19. And Gavin Kelly suffering then, down in the 2:03.07, down in 10th place. Unusual to see that, as is David Lyne, but Dave was looking good in his practice runs, but I don't think he's got much experience of the track. Mind you, I don't think Gavin has. Well, a lot of our drivers have actually, to be fair. Riding on board with Tony Dibden still as he comes up to Canada Corner. Currently on provisional pole. And 2 minutes to the session to go. David Lyne has improved to 5th. Merrin Hugavin in the pits, and that's the end of his session then, because there's no way he's going to get round and do another lap. Will Burnett has finished as well. He's currently in P7. Stephen Crossley is in 8th. 9th, Jason Larson. 10th, Gavin Kelly, who's still on track. Here comes Tony. Wow, 2 fastest first sectors, but then slightly slower than his previous best on the next 4. And it's a 2:44 for Tony on that lap, so he parks it. I quite agree there. I want a nice clean race, less work for the stewards indeed. Nice to have one of our stewards joining us for the race. That'll be Ghost Dog. Welcome aboard. So who else is on track then? We've got quite a few drivers still going round. Mark Tranter, currently in P2 on the grid. Rob Miller's gone up to 3rd, 2:67. David Lyne has improved to a 2:85, but that's still left him 5th on the grid. So Mark, Rob, David Lyne, Gavin Kelly, Stephen Crossley, all still going round and trying to improve. Jason Larson, Sam Stott, Turmalarin and The Ledge, all still going round. Doesn't look like Keith Augustin has set a time, and in fact is still in the pits. Ah, my apologies, it's Phoenix. Hello Phoenix, thank you for joining. End of qualifying then, so those guys did not improve. So we get ready for this race then. Let's take a look at the grid. Tony Dibden takes pole position from Mark Tranter in 2nd. Rob Miller is in 3rd from Merrin Hugavin. David Lyne is in 5th from Oliver Walker in 6th. 7th is Will Burnett. 8th is Gavin Kelly. Andy Bootland's in 9th from Stephen Crossley in 10th. 11th is Jason Larson. 12th is Sam Stott. Then we have Turmalarin is in 13th. 14th is The Ledge. And 15th is Keith Augustin. We're looking at our pole sitter then, Tony Dibden. Getting ready for the lights to go green. One minute till the start of this race then, unless all the drivers appear, and then that time will drop to 0 and we will be going. Our second 20-minute race of the evening. 30 seconds till the start of the race then. As a reminder, Mark Tranter won the opener after Tony was blocked by a spinning ledge in Druids at Brands Hatch. So it's currently 1-0 to Mark. Can Tony set the record straight and go evens as we come through Road America? Angry sounding V8 in this car. Amazing engine. Here we go then. Here's the lights. 1 red, 2, 3, 4, 5. Racing in Road America. Slow reaction from both the drivers there. Tony Dibden gets away in first from Mark Tranter. Rob Miller is in third. Then we've got Will Burnett has made a cracking start. He's up challenging Gavin Kelly as well, who's also had a good start. So Gavin Kelly and Will Burnett 4th and 5th as they come through T1. Coming down to turn 3 then, it's Dibden from Tranter. Safely through. This car is a menace on cold tyres, as we see Oliver Walker spinning in the background there. Almost on cue to demonstrate just how hard this car is on cold tyres. Heading down the Moraine sweep for the first time then. Tony Dibden leading from Mark Tranter, and he's looking to the outside. And here comes Rob Miller in third. Nice to see Gavin Kelly in the race then. He's in 4th place and got the car off the line for once. Wow, Mark Tranter attacking on the inside as they came through T6. Tony's fended him off. One of Mark's key skills is definitely how he handles this car on cold tyres and just takes full advantage of anyone else being a bit timid on it. Wow, look at the oversteer though as he controls it as they came through 7. Now they're into turns 9 and 10. This is the carousel. And that little correction. Oh, Mark's massively off the road, as is Will, as is Gavin. Lots of cars off then. That's promoted Andy Bootland up to 4th. And Merrin Hugavin is in 5th. Kelly's rejoined in 6th place, and Will Burnett's fallen to 8th behind Stott. Here they come through Canada Corner then, and Tony is opening up the gap and punishing every little mistake from the drivers behind him. This is very exciting. As they come to complete the end of the first lap then, it's Tony Dibden leading from Mark Tranter in 2nd. Rob Miller is in 3rd. The first 3 drivers are the only ones practically who didn't make a mistake on that lap, I would guess. Here comes Andy Bootland in 4th then. And Merrin Hugavin is in 5th. Gavin Kelly's just nicked the spot off Hugavin then. Here he is, and that's a tight battle. That's Hugavin and Sam Stott fighting on the inside. Stott going through on the inside of Hugavin, then forcing his way through. Hugavin's running a bit wide, and that's Burnett trying to take advantage as well. Side by side as they come down the Moraine sweep. Looks like the ledge is trying to shape up as well on Walker behind. No, I beg your pardon. That is Malarin, isn't it? Shaping up on Larson. Big lock up from Gavin Kelly as they came through turn 5. And that's Sam Stott coming across the track as he just collected him. I think Hugavin survived that one, but that looked a bit nasty. Here's that battle then. This is for 6th, 7th and 8th on the road. Meanwhile, Tranter falling down the order then. Tranter's made a mistake, and what's happened here? Have the leaders just collided with each other because they are falling down the order? Tony Dibden's down in 10th and Tranter's down in 11th. Line's gone in the pits. It's all kicking off at Road America. I'm just trying to see what happened, so let's get a replay then. So this is Dibden and Tranter's. Oh, Tranter's just gone into the back of him as they came through the corner. Oh, that's massively unfortunate. Poor Tony, that's unfair. Two races in a row. I'd say that's definitely Tranter's fault. So Tranter, they've already taken one place then. They're working their way up through the field, up to 8th and 9th respectively. Stephen Crossley is the next target for them. Here he is. Rob Miller now in the lead of the race from Andy Bootland in 2nd and Gavin Kelly in 3rd. And how far can Tranter and Dibden get to recover? Dibden down the inside of Crossley then. Makes the move. Tranter will be following him through, I'm sure. They're going to go 3 wide down here. Wow, he's still side by side. Oh, Tranter, that's very opportunistic there. Mark just snuck down the inside then and took the pair of them. He's up to 7th place, but surely that's a penalty coming his way. Looked like Tony almost had the opportunity just to nerf Mark out of the way, but thought better of it. A wise move indeed there for Tony. Oh, he's shaping up on the inside. We're looking at the wrong car. Oh, Mark's just stayed ahead, but this is a cracking fight indeed. Here they come through the carousel then. This is lap 3. 20-minute race, but it's a much longer lap, so we're going to see less laps than we saw at Brands Hatch. Tranter and Dibden together on track once again then. That's Tor Malarin then just ahead of Mark Tranter in the red and black car. He's down the inside of the Ferrari livery. And Tony's wasting no time. Oh no, he didn't make it. I thought he was down the inside there, but he didn't quite make it through. But he's got this long straight to use the slipstream to get himself past Tor Malarin and back after his rival. That's Will Burnett in front in the pink and black car. Here comes Tranter with 3 wide into T1. Mark's last on the brakes though and gets the job done. Mark Tranter back up to 5th place then. Tor's on the inside looking at Will Burnett and defending from Tony Dibden. Oh, Tony's been just hung out to dry here by the traffic. These guys are entitled to defend their places though. Tony down the inside of Tor Malarin and as they come to T5. Well, Tranter's just having to slow it down gently. Nearly outbraked himself there. Tony's done it. He's through. Oh, has he dropped it? Yes, he's spun. Oh, Tony, what a shame. Agonising there. Just losing the rear end. There he is then recovering in 11th place. Such a shame. There's a replay. So just as they came through turn 6, I mean, it is a really tricky car. So easy to get the oversteer in any car. So Rob Miller with the fastest lap of the race and currently running in P1. Here he is, all on his own. A 2-minute .8 is the fastest lap of the race for Rob. Gavin Kelly up to 2nd place then ahead of Andy Bootland, I beg your pardon. And let's check in on that move. See how it happened. Here it is. So that's turn 5. Gavin Kelly just getting a great run on all the way from turn 3 to turn 5. And making the move stick. He's up to 2nd place then, which is much more where we'd expect to see Gavin. Fast lap of the race, Mark Tranter, a 1:59.91 then. He's in 5th place currently, chasing Merin Hugavin in 4th. That is Merin in the back of this 3-car train then, so that's Gavin Kelly, Andy Bootland and Merin Hugavin running 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and then that was Mark Tranter hoving into view behind them. Tony Dibden down in 11th currently. Oh no, he's in the pit lane for repairs. Agonising race for Tony there. And a message from one of our stewards then, Phoenix, telling, note to drivers, you are driving racing cars, not lawnmowers. Yes, stay on the track, guys. Merin Hugavin shaping up on Andy Bootland then. Oh, he's running off the track then. That's Andy off the road. But he's kept the car ahead of Merin Hugavin. But here comes Mark Tranter behind. Currently the fastest man in this race. So Phoenix, tell us then, in your view, did Mark nerf Tony, and is it worth a penalty? David Lyon running again, but he's a lap down. 2 laps down, in fact. Set a personal best lap time. Mark Tranter through. He's already through Hugavin and now chasing Andy Bootland. That will put him up into 3rd place. Our first season was dominated by Gavin Kelly versus Mark Tranter, with Mark eventually coming out on top and taking the title. And we could be heading for a good 5 minutes of that at the end of this race. Here comes Mark then down the inside of Bootland as they come to T1. Hugavin looking to make it through as well. No, not this time. Lots of long straights to do, a nice slipstream. Fair enough. So Rob Miller is 3.8 seconds in the lead of Gavin Kelly, and Mark Tranter now through Andy Bootland and up to 3rd place, sliding the car as he came through T5, and the gap is 2 seconds to Gavin Kelly ahead. In fact, as we come through, there is Kelly. Wow, Mark Tranter is just on fire right now. 1:59.8 is his fastest lap of the race. Tony Dibden still down in 11th and a good 10 seconds behind Jason Larson after he had to pit for repairs. We have another 8 minutes of this 20-minute race to go then. Mark Tranter is homing in on Gavin Kelly. Kelly's 4 seconds behind Rob Miller. And the question is, how far up the road can Tranter get if he even manages to get past Kelly? You have to say that at the moment it feels like he's going to do it. The current order then is Rob Miller from Gavin Kelly. Mark Tranter is in 3rd. Andy Bootland doing another great job. He's in 4th place. Merin Hugavin is in 5th. Will Burnett is in 6th. 7th is Till Millar, and 8th is Ollie Walker, who's just passed Stephen Crossley for 9th. He's in 9th. 10th is Jason Larson. 11th is Tony Dibden. Tranter, a new fastest lap of the race. 12th is The Ledge. 13th, Stott. 14th is Augustin. And 15th is Line. And if there's going to be enough of a gap in between the two sessions, we can go through a lot of replays after this race and just dive into all of these accidents and incidents. I can tell you the gap is now 1.1 seconds between Gavin Kelly and Mark Tranter. Rob Miller is doing a great job of scampering away, trying to build that cushion ahead. He's running about 8-9 tenths of a lap slower than Mark last time round. Tony Dibden, a 2:46 new personal best for him. He's running rapidly as well. This is the battle for second then. Gavin Kelly versus Mark Tranter. You see Mark has just been homing in and eating that gap from Gavin. Here they come then as they're racing to calendar corner. Tranter to the inside. He's so aggressive. Oh no, they've hit. Kelly turned in. Tranter's off the road in the wall. What a disaster there. What a nightmare that was. Let's get a replay. Just see what the hell happened there. There is Kelly with a very bent car. We'll go on board and just see if we can get the replay. So here's Gavin Kelly. He's coming down to calendar corner. Oh, he looks like he's been tipped from behind then. Did Tranter turn in on him? Tranter's in the pit lane. Oh, so this was... Right. This is the replay then. Here's Mark. Gavin's car looks unsettled. Yeah. Well, that'd be a difficult one to decide for our judges and stewards. Unlucky Phoenix. Meanwhile then, this is Rob Miller then. He's now got a 9-second lead over Merrin Hugo. Wow, Andy Bootland's just passed Merrin. Then here they are. This is the new battle for second place then, because second is the new black, obviously. Andy Bootland up to second place from Merrin Hugovin in third, and that's Will Burnett in fourth place. Feel free to put in the comments then, who do you think was to blame for that incident? Kelly, Tranter, just say the name. A quick audience poll. So Rob Miller in the lead then from Andy Bootland, Merrin Hugovin in third. Will Burnett is in fourth. There he is. Can he close in and make this a three-way party for second? Stephen Crossley running a superb fifth place then. Tor Malaran in sixth. Gavin Kelly's running in seventh, so doesn't look like he pitted for repairs. Ollie Walker now in eighth place. Jason Larson in ninth. And Dibden up to 10th then. Sorry, Tranter's in 10th and Dibden's still down in 11th because he... But they're only a couple of seconds apart, those two. Fantastic rivalry between the two of them on track already this evening. Here comes Hugovin then on Bootland as they come to T1. Phoenix saying he'd need to hear from Gavin if that was a late attempt to block. His car was swerving, for instance. Yeah, it just looked like he was... the car was unsettled, didn't it? It's not the easiest of braking zones into Canada Corner. So, 3 minutes left of this race. Basically 2 more laps. We're looking at the battle for second place. Rob Miller, assuming he doesn't bin it, is heading for the win. Gavin Kelly's just been deposed by Ollie Walker then for 7th place. He's running with damage, as we know. As they come through Carousel once again, and out of it and heading towards the kink. Malaran and Crossley have just changed places. Malaran up to 4th then from Stephen Crossley. Will Burnett, is Will Burnett falling down the order? What's happened to Will then? Oh no, Will's crashed. Let's get a replay. Here comes Will then. So where is he on the track? Oh, just got on the curb. Oh, in the wall. That's, yeah. That's a big one. Gets the car going, though. But he's lost an awful lot of places. Meanwhile, look at that then. Merrin Hugovin to the inside of Andy Bootland as they come down the main straight. Hugovin with his new personal best lap. And he's done it. He's through. Merrin Hugavin up to second place then. But Andy Bootland's fighting back as they come to T3. Not this time. Oh, Merrin's wide though. That's going to allow Andy to have a great run as they come down the Moraine Sweep once again. Here comes Andy. He's chosen the outside here. I wonder if he's just decided just to bring the car home safely in third. I mean, that's a nice hatful of points for Andy. So, 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Oh, Merrin's done it. Look at that oversteer then as he came through. Came through 8 there, but he's still... Wow, Andy just not getting through though. That was surprising. I think I would have had a cheeky poke down the inside there if I was in Andy's car. But then they don't call me Dirty Winsley for nothing. Down to Canada Corner they come then. Rob Miller a full 11 seconds ahead, but I assume, has he crossed the line? No, he hasn't, so is this the end of the race? Yes, it is. Then Rob Miller coming up to win our second race. Here he is. Rob Miller has won at Road America. Congratulations to Rob. That was a superb drive. Here comes Hugavin then, just ahead of Andy Bootland in second and third. And then here comes Stephen Crossley, and he's being chased by Tor Malarin, Oliver Walker and Gavin Kelly. Well, what's that? What happened to Malarin there? He was just swerving all over the place. He's dropped it. Oh, the guys are going for an entertaining finish, clearly. Would you like a replay of that? Yes, we would. Actually, we should watch Tor. I think Tor's the one who caused that. Oh, why is it not letting me show this? I do apologise. Bear with me. No, can't get it. Frustrating. Ah, it's showing me all the way back here then. So that's... Okay, let's take a look at the official results then. Rob Miller then wins the Road America portion of this tournament from Merrin Hugavin in second place. Andy Bootland, well done on a tremendous third place. Stephen Crossley coming home in fourth. Tor Malarin was in fifth ahead of Oliver Walker in sixth. Seventh was Gavin Kelly. Mark Tranter in eighth. Ninth, Tony Dibden. 10th was Jason Larson. 11th was Will Burnett after a late crash. 12th was Lawrence Aaron Jenkins. 13th was Keith Augustin, up from 15th on the grid. 14th Sam Stott and 15th David Lyne. Unusual to see Dave so far back. No, you're right, Phoenix. This is just a fun tournament, but I was just interested to get your view. So, a great scrap then, and some controversial incidents. I think we'll go and have a chat with the limit of adhesion first and get their views. We're hearing from Gavin Kelly. Hello everyone, this is Gareth on the stream. Well, what we really want to know is, Mark, what the hell happened? Well, let's go for the first one where you went up the back of Tony. No, agreed. Yeah. And then you and Gavin then for second as he came into Canada Corner. That was a weird one. We did wonder because I could see the car squirming around all over the shop, and yeah, it didn't look like you'd been tapped from the rear until after the car had got loose. So it was a bit of a weird one. Yeah. Oh, unfortunate. It's nice to see you up in the top places where you normally are. Well, Daytona to come then. Yeah, that's going to be very exciting. Fingers crossed. Cool. So what time can we expect the stream to go live? No, the event, sorry. 9:05. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. And Will, an unfortunate crash. Are you there? Yes, that was a really unfortunate late incident where you just got on the curb and the car got loose on you. It looked like pitched you into the wall. Ten laps, yeah. Ah, that's really unfortunate, yeah. And Jason, nice to see you doing well. Coming home 10th place then. How was that for you? Awesome stuff. And how's the weather your side of the pond tonight? Or today? It's the afternoon for you, isn't it? Jeez. Is it a bit warm on the rig tonight? Or today? Awesome stuff. Excellent. And Merrin, congratulations. Another superb result and a podium. Yeah. Yeah, you had a great scrap, and it looked like Andy was very fair to you towards the end of the race where you got a bit squirrely a couple of times, and he didn't punish you for it. Yeah. I think it's turn 5, because believe it or not, there is actually there's an official corner between turns 1 and 2. And then there's one on that long straight by the cheese bridge. Excellent stuff. Cool. Right, well, we'll see you guys on the next one. I will check in with you then. Go over to the TDI 99 server then. Hey guys, it's Gareth from the stream. How are we doing? Yeah, congratulations, Andy. That was a great result. Oh, I don't blame you. So, well, let's start with you, Andy, because you got a great result in P3. Merrin, I've been saying Merrin and he hasn't corrected me yet, so I'm going with it. It was indeed. There were a couple of moments actually where it looked like you could have punished him for a mistake, but you stayed behind, and yeah, it looked like it was just sort of playing it a little bit safe, trying to get to the line. Was there a little element of that? Mm. Oh, yeah, it was indeed. Yeah. And Stephen, coming home P4, how was your race? I bet, yeah. And Keith, how about yourself, mate? Hmm. Did you didn't set a lap in quali? Is that intentional or? Indeed. Yeah, it's a tricky old track with such a lightweight, high-speed car, though, isn't it? Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And what are your chances for Daytona? You feeling good about that one? Excellent. Excellent. And Tony, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say because that was such an unlucky. Well, I called it as a punt from Mark, and he says that yeah, he thought there was a gap, and there clearly wasn't. How are you feeling? Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know from racing, Mark, he will go for any millimetre of a gap, and yeah, he's on cold tyres, especially in the Radical, he's an absolute menace because he just goes for it and punishes you for taking it easy in any way. Mm. I hadn't heard that actually. I mean, I can check in on. Oh, you think you two should? Yeah. Well, if you want to do that, then yeah, go for it. But I mean, excellent. I say, well, I'll hop over to their Discord and say, Mark, you're not allowed to quali, and Tony isn't either. Excellent stuff. Yeah, we know Rob's fast. Well, I 100% agree with you. Actually, I think you've been amazing driving tonight. Actually, and it's just so unfortunate to see those incidents happening. Yeah, it really sucks. Well, hopefully you got. Well, hopefully when we do this again in maybe I don't know, either after season 4 or maybe do it every 6 months or something. It'd be great to get you guys back and yeah, let's do it all over again. But one more fantastic stuff. Yeah, I'm enjoying commentating, I must say. Yeah. So on to the next one. I'm going to hop over to the LOA Discord and just tell Mark he can't qualify. And yeah, I'll see you guys on track. Cheers, guys. Bye. Hey, I'm back again, still on stream. And just to let you know, Tony's saying that he thinks that, can Mark and he not qualify and race from the back row? Well, Tony originally proposed that he wants you two to not qualify for this race and go from the back row. He's definitely on for that. He really wants it. Excellent stuff. Cool. It is on. And the other guy said that Rob needs to stop for a tea break mid-race if they're starting from the back row. Excellent. So is the session up, Gavin? Yay, there it is. I can see it. Yep, fantastic. Excellent. Cool. Well, I will jump into the session and I will see you all very shortly on track. Goodbye. Excellent. So as you heard, the session is up. So let's just stick a little bit of music on while the session loads and we'll talk to you very shortly. Okay, so session just coming back online now, and we will be at Daytona International. I clearly need a virtual audio mixing desk to make sure I get the volumes right for when I hit the Discords compared to when I hit the tracks, because yeah, these Radicals are very loud engines, no silencers on these bad boys, and that means it's trying to get the balance for commentary compared to when we are talking to the drivers afterwards. So apologies if you couldn't hear them just now. Halfway through the 10-minute practice session then. So Daytona International road course, so it's a 90% of the actual Daytona oval with a little bit of a infield section which comprises mainly of these three hairpins really, or four. So one to turn away from the oval, and then 2 in the middle, and then 1 to sort of turn back onto the track. Currently cycling through all the cars then, on board with Jason Larson, now on board with Merin Hugavin. There's Jason Larson then from Team Jägermeister in the league. Limit of Adhesion started last year as a friends and acquaintances league. Rapidly grown though, so now have members pretty much all around the world actually. Very exciting. Number of drivers in the USA, Portugal. Richard Santana's racing from somewhere near Dubai, I believe he is. And we've got Roberto Costa from Brazil. Yeah, as I say, drivers from pretty much all around. It's quite interesting to hear the different time zones, as when we were talking to Jason Larson just now. 1 o'clock in the afternoon for him, whereas it's 9:15 here in the UK. So Mark Tranter currently on top. And just to confirm, Mark Tranter and Tony will not be qualifying for this last race. They're both going to start from the back row of the grid. So let's just hope everyone else manages to get a lap time in and not get in the way of what should be a fascinating duel. I think we'll probably just focus on those 2 drivers from the start of the race. We'll have to get Gavin Kelly to put together a little highlights reel of each race to show different events and presumably show this race from the battle for the front of the grid, which presumably will be between him and Rob Miller, assuming they don't bin it. Sadly, David Lyon has had to finish racing for the evening. Too much to do with work, so he can't commit to the 3rd race this evening. He had a bit of a disaster run with the internet dropping out in the last race. So look at that then, a 1:43.44 for Mark Tranter, Tony Dibden a 1:43.68. These guys are so closely matched, it's hugely exciting. And if you do have a spare half an hour, I thoroughly recommend our Season 1 race from Daytona International in the Radicals. You can find it on our YouTube channel. Very exciting race indeed. I won't spoil the result. But there was a lot of good passing action. So another minute left of this practice session before we head into our final qualifying of the evening. Let's check in with Keith Augustin. Not seen him on stream for a while since Brands Hatch. Here he is. Heading on to the banking then. And you can see on the track map, it's the car with its black circle with the green highlighted ring round it. So he's just coming up to complete another lap and head into turn 1. That's Oliver Walker ahead of him in the Rumblebee. Haven't seen much of Ollie on the stream tonight, apart from we saw him crashing on lap 1 of Road America. So this is such a pig of a corner, as Keith is showing us. Really hard to get right and get into that corner. Now we head down to the first horseshoe. It's the corner he's in now. And wow, sliding his way round goes Keith Augustin and then fully round. But that corner is basic. Oh, that's Rob Miller getting it wrong there as well. Practice is over. So Mark Tranter, the fastest through that session then, with a 1:43.6. Tony Dibden a 1:43.3. I assume that Tony maybe did the fastest unless he got an off track. Time for qualifying then, the final qualifying of the evening. And as agreed, then there will be no qualifying for Mark Tranter or for Tony Dibden. It'll be interesting to see how Will Burnett goes here then. He did get pole position when we raced here with the Radical for that race I just mentioned. And that's not spoiling the result by saying that, actually, because as I said, a lot of overtaking took place. So, Will Burnett just coming through Horseshoe 1. Then you've got this tricky kink on cold tyres. You've got to be very careful through here. And then Horseshoe 2 is this corner here. It's basically a mirror of the one we've just gone through. So you get, if you know how to do 1, you know how to do 2. And now we head down to a very sharp right-hander which takes us onto the oval. Very easy to spin the car through here. There's a lot of evil bumps just as you come through. Onto the banking then, and we're heading to the bus stop chicane. You can see it on the top left of the track map. And you need to pick your braking markers which are situated on the fence on the right-hand side as we come down towards this corner. There they are. Chucks the car in down a couple of gears. Nicely done by Will. Careful not to touch the grass and getting off track on the exit. And heading back round the banking to complete the lap then. And start his first flying lap. Here comes Will Burnett then, starting his lap now and heading down to turn 1. As I say, very tricky braking zone. You've got to rotate the car once. Now he's braking, doing most of his braking in a straight line, trying to keep the car in bounds, get the rotation, hard on the power then through this little right, left. Heading down to Horseshoe 1, hard on the brakes as you see the cones on the right-hand side. Second gear and be very patient through the apex. Then on the power, try and use as much of the left-hand side as you can. Heading down to the kink and Horseshoe 2. Wow, he's not worried about the kink at all now. You can see he's flat out and changing up as he comes out of it. Through Horseshoe 2, then the second gear, and then up through the gears before rapidly back down again for this evil left-hander as I mentioned. And on the power and back onto the oval. You see Rob Miller lighting up the timing screens with lots of green sectors, but there's a fastest sector for Will Burnett there, who, as I say, we are on board with. Here he comes, picking his braking zone for the bus stop. Slings the car in. Mark Tranter is on track. He's clearly forgotten the agreement already. Mark, no quali, mate. Let's hope Mark Tranter doesn't set a lap time. Here comes Will Burnett then. And it's a 1:44.37. Great lap time by Will. Picking up a bit of audio interference, so apologies if you're hearing that on the stream. Rob Miller then popping up to first place for 1:43.87. Mark Tranter still on track, but I assume he will not set the time. Hopefully just using it as practice. I'm seeing on my incident chart that he has gone off track, so I assume he was just he's just using the time to practice and running off track deliberately to make sure he's not setting in a competitive lap time. which is the kind of advantage-seeking gain of we expect from Mark. Always looking for that extra advantage. No game audio. Oh, shoot. No, there should be audio. Bear with. Let me know if you start hearing it, please. It will be quite a frustrating race with no race engines. Well, that is frustrating. Should be hearing the audio, so apologies if you're not. Got it coming through on my headset. Yeah, here's Rob then. See if you can hear Rob. I can hear him come through for me, but... Phoenix, if you can hear Will, Rob on track, please let me know. Not entirely sure why that's happening. iRacing should be giving sound. Yes, we've got audio. Well, fortunately, it was just qualifying, and the race is where it matters. Oh, there's Rob going round then. So, Tourmalin on provisional pole position then, from Will Burnett in second, Rob Miller in third. We have another minute and a half of the session to go, but I think we could be having a set grid. And we'll just check. Yes, Mark Tranter and Tony Dibden at the back then, no time set. We are going to go from a burn from the stern. Apologies for the lack of audio during that qualifying then, not sure what happened, but thank you guys for letting me know it's back. So we await the start of the race. Tourmalin, an amazing pole position then. Yeah, you've got 2 minutes to get a coffee. And as predicted then, Will Burnett second. Well, told you he goes well round here. He's second on the grid. Let's just hop over to the Discord, shall we? Boost the audio.
Down.
So no tour on then, but Will, congratulations, second on the grid.
Thank you very much, Gareth. You're very sort of like underwater right now, buddy. What's going on?
I don't know. Something. I don't know what happened to the audio there. It just. I mean, it's all selected as normal, but it just seemed to drop out.
That's all good. Well, yeah, you're now... I thought you were drowning yourself in champagne, the fact that I got on the front row.
No, I was going to wait till after the race. So, yeah, let's hope you don't drop it in the kink.
I'm going to kill myself if I do. For stream purposes, that's not actually what I will do. I'll be very disappointed and probably have a sad wine this evening.
Good man.
That's not wine as in alcohol. That's...
Well, I think you'll probably have an alcohol, yeah.
Yes.
Streaming purposes. We're not endorsing this.
Well, best of luck. 40 seconds to go till the end of qualifying then, but Tourmalin on pole. Sadly not in the Discord, so we can't say hi to him. But very excited about... Lawrence, what are you going to do when Mark and Tony get off the line behind you?
I'm gonna, I don't know, probably spin it into a wall, knowing me.
Well, as long as you don't drop it into them, that'll be fine.
Well, that's up to them. It's their choice. They know my plan.
Indeed. Right, well, I will say best of luck, and I'll head over to the stream.
Thank
See you guys later. So, that was the drivers then. Monitor the audio then. Right, so qualifying has finished. And here's the grid. Tor Mallorin on pole position then from Will Burnett in second. He'll be very upset if he doesn't finish the race in those positions. Rob Miller qualified in third from Gavin Kelly in fourth. Oliver Walker is in fifth. Then sixth is Merrin Hugavin. Seventh, Sam Stott. Jason Larson in eighth. Ninth, Keith Augustin. 10th is Stephen Crossley. 11th is Andy Bootland. 12th is The Ledge. Then 13th and 14th. Then Tony Dibden and Mark Tranter are two hot lappers. Get ready for what is going to be a very exciting race. I think we probably want to watch it from here, because this is going to be amazing to see how far they can get through. Surprising to see Andy Bootland so far down after his heroics in the last couple of races. 4 lights, 5 lights then. Racing then. It's just quite a slow and cautious start there for Mark and Tony, but they're away and scything their way through the field. Here comes Mark. He's already up to ninth then, and that's Mallorin. Oh no, Mallorin's just been spun round. No, sorry, not Mallorin. That must have been... Oh, it's The Ledge and Larson. Larson falling down the order then. Here comes Tranter then, round the outside of Horseshoe 1. That's Oliver Walker in the yellow Rumblebee, and Hugavin in 7th place then. Where's Tony Dibden? Tony Dibden currently in 10th place. Mark doing his usual trick on cold tyres. He's down the inside of Ollie Walker then. Mark already up to 5th place then. Gavin Kelly just ahead of him. You can see that Rob Miller has deposed Will Burnett for 2nd place. You see Mark's car bouncing around there, and someone's had a spin. That's Rob Miller. Miller's dropped it. That's promoted Mark once again then. Mark now up into 4th place ahead with Gavin Kelly, Will Burnett and Till Mallorin behind him. Sam Stott falling down the order to last, unfortunately, as well. Tony Dibden now in 8th place. And we see Gavin Kelly closing in on Will Burnett ahead of him. There they are, and that is Mark Tranter just behind him. Then from the back row of the grid up to 4th place, and an astonishing opening lap. Gavin Kelly in the slipstream of Will Burnett. Here he goes to the outside. Now, from our previous race here, we found that normally you want to be on the inside for that T1 approach. Mark Tranter taking full advantage. Then there he is. He's already gone past Gavin Kelly, and he's up to 3rd place, attacking Will Burnett as they come into T1. Gavin taking it slightly cautiously then. Mark not taking it cautiously. He's round the outside of Will. Are they going to survive? Tor Mallorin has completed the opening lap in the lead. There he is then. A fantastic first lap from pole position. Mark Tranter down the inside of Will Burnett as they come through the first horseshoe on the 2nd lap, and he's up into 2nd place then. Tony Dibden now up to 7th, but he's going to be a bit frustrated to see his rival getting so far up the field, and Mark is less than a second off the lead of this race. So nice to talk to Tony earlier on. Just hear that he's enjoying this race as much as I have been. This fantastic night of racing. He said even though he had some, even though he's had some unfortunate results, he said he's really enjoying the racing. So it's great to see. Unfortunately, Phoenix, you have missed an astonishing opening first lap from Mark Tranter, who's gone all the way from P13 on the grid to 2nd in the race. And you can see he's attacking Tor Mallorin then. That's Tor Mallorin in the Ferrari car as they come into the bus stop. Will Burnett in 3rd place. Gavin Kelly is in 4th and Merrin Hugavin is in 5th. Rob Miller span it from 2nd place as they came onto the banking in the first lap. He was in 2nd place at the time, which was, massively unfortunate. So Will now trying to get his fight back against Mark Tranter. Then he's in the slipstream. That's Tor Mallorin in the lead then, just ahead, and now to the inside. So Tor on the inside, Mark on the outside as they come to cross the line to complete lap 2 and start lap 3. And Mark is inching ahead. He's done it then. Mark has overtaken Tor Mallorin to take the lead of this race. Where's Tony then? Tony Dibden now up to 6th place, so he's taken another car. Oh no, look, Will's just got into Tor Mallorin and shoved him wide. Gavin Kelly and Merrin Hugavin trying to take advantage of that slow down, and They're 3 wide as they come to the kink. This is going to end in disaster, surely. No, they've settled it down then. Tourmalarin fighting back on Mark Tranter. Here comes Will Burnett then. Careful, Will. We don't want to get you upset again. Tranter, Malarin, Burnett, Kelly, Hugavin is your top 5. Tony Dibden is in 6th, and he is, wow, very close behind Merrin Hugavin according to the timing screens. Maybe we should be checking him out. Here is Tony Dibden, then he's got a slightly bent rear wing by the looks of things, or is that just the angle? No, it doesn't look too bad from here now, actually. That's Gavin Kelly just ahead of him, so Tony is joining this party at the front. 15 minutes to go. That's Gavin Kelly in the cannon fodder car, Merrin Hugavin in the Martini, and here comes Tony Dibden. Look how close they are to touching each other. There is a gentleman's agreement to stay off the apron. If we catch them on there, then I'll be telling them off later on. Well, Tony's got to be careful here because Merrin and Kelly ahead are battling hard. Tony's to the inside. We're 3 wide as we come to the end of the lap. This is astonishing. He's done the pair of them then. Tony Dibden up to 4th place. And setting the fastest lap of the race, probably with an enormous slipstream. Look at that, a 1:42.2. That is rapid. Mark Tranter in the lead of the race, not too far ahead of Tourmalarin. There he is in the red Ferrari car. Oh, Tony, no! Tony Dibden's just dropped out of the second horseshoe. That is so annoying because he was so close. We were about to get an amazing scrap between him and Mark Tranter once again for the lead. He's fallen down to 8th place. Can he get back into this race? Meanwhile, the battle ahead is between Merrin Hugavin and Gavin Kelly. Here they are. That's Tourmalarin ahead of him, which means that Will Burnett has passed Tourmalarin. Here he is then. Will Burnett back up to 2nd place. Tourmalarin's attacking them once again then as they head down the banking towards the bus stop. Tour's pulling out the slipstream. He's gone on the high side. And now ducking to the low. Oh, this is a fantastic overtake. Here they come. Wow. Will just sweeping through. Maintains that 2nd place, but Tour's not done with him. Here they come back onto the banking then. It's all about the slipstream. Gavin Kelly getting involved once again as well. Just bringing the audio up for you if you want to hear more. Engine 3 wide then once again. God, these guys like to live dangerously. That's Will Burnett on the inside. Tourmalarin in the middle. Gavin Kelly just taking it cautiously. Oh, Malarin's round. Kelly survives it. That's unfortunate. Malarin then losing the rear of the car as he came through turn 1. It is such a difficult corner. So, Will Burnett in 2nd place, 1.8 seconds. There's Mark Tranter in the lead of this race then, and disappearing up to the kink. There's Gavin Kelly in 3rd. Merrin Hugavin hanging on in 4th. He's having a tremendous evening. Ollie Walker is in 5th place then. Not seen him on screen as yet because there's so much action going on ahead of him. Tony Dibden is in 7th place, just behind Stephen Crossley. And I think we need to check that out because that's getting very close indeed. Here they are then. Stephen Crossley in the blue car. Tony Dibden just appearing in screen behind him. They're onto the banking. That's Ollie Walker in the yellow and white Rumblebees. Sorry, yellow and black with the white wing. I do beg your pardon. Here they come. Stephen Crossley's got a tremendous slipstream from Ollie. He's diving down the inside as they come to the bus stop. Is Tony going to try and take the pair of them like he did earlier? That was an amazing move where he took 2 in 1. Malarin's just behind him then and probably kicking himself after losing what could have been an amazing podium. Here they come. Ollie's gone to the high side. Stephen's in the middle. Tony's dropping to the bottom. And he's gone through. Ollie's trying to follow him. Let's hope there's no contact here. Crossing the line then to complete onto lap 6. Wow, 3 wide into the braking zone once again. Oh, Stevens dropped it. Crossley's round. Ollie Walker well avoided. Oh, Malarin just nerfed Crossley there. Unfortunate, but Tony Dibden safely through and up to P5. Oh, and he's hard on the power and nearly dropping the car on the exit of the corkscrew. Sorry, corkscrew. Wrong track. Horseshoe. Mark Tranter 2.8 seconds clear of Will Burnett behind him then. Gavin Kelly running in third. Merrin Hugavin is in fourth. And what's the gap? 3 seconds then for Tony Dibden to find if he wants that fourth place. Can he do it? I would say so. Meanwhile, the gap between Will Burnett and Gavin Kelly looks like that's getting quite close now. Here they are. Will Burnett, Gavin Kelly then approaching the bus stop. This is the battle for second. And through the bus stop and back onto the oval they go then. Mark Tranter in the lead. Will Burnett in second, but in hot pursuit is coming Gavin Kelly. Merrin Hugavin is in fourth place. Tony Dibden is recovering from the earlier spin. He's in fifth place at the moment and reeling in Merrin ahead of him. There's just 2 seconds now is the gap. Here comes Kelly on Will Burnett. Coming up to cross the line then. They're side by side. Kelly's through on the inside. And Will's fighting back in the braking zone. But Kelly's done it. Kelly's up to second place then. 3.4 seconds to find though if he wants to get after Tranter ahead of him. And there is half the race to run though. Merrin Hugavin is still 1.8 seconds ahead of Tony Dibden in fifth place. The gap is coming down though. We're looking at second and third then. That's Gavin Kelly now in second place and ahead of Will Burnett. Oh, just jumping on board as he corrects and he's gone into the wall as he joined the oval. Is that going to allow Will Burnett? Yes, there he is. That's Will Burnett then. So Gavin Kelly just getting slowed down slightly by hitting the track, and now we are heading to the bus stop once again with Kelly back down in third place ahead of Will Burnett, behind Will Burnett. Oh, looks like I think Merrin Hugavin just made a mistake because the gap is falling now, and we're on board with Tony Dibden. That's Merrin just ahead of us. Look, you can just see him on the oval. Merrin just lost a good half a second to Tony in one corner. And just ahead of that is Gavin Kelly, who's gone in the pits. Did Gavin Kelly make a mistake? He's gone into the pit lane. Oh, Tony... Gavin's had a disastrous night of racing and it just hasn't shown the pace and skill that man has. Very unfortunate. Crossley also in the pit lane. Gavin Kelly now leaving the pit, so he must have pitted for a quick repair. Presumably bent the car when he hit the wall it came onto the oval. There's 7 minutes left then, so that promotes Tony Dibden up to fourth place. He's chasing Merrin Hugavin, who is in third place now. There he is, entering the second horseshoe. You can see the car squirming around under Merrin. And that is Will Burnett just ahead of Merrin as well. So Tony can see second and third. Wow, how late is he on the brakes there? That closing speed was terrifying. Here we go again then. Tony just dropping it down to find Merrin's slipstream. Oh, he's not even worried about the slipstream, look. Just staying on the bottom for maximum time advantage. Just coming across then to open up the entry for the bus stop. Chucking it through hard on the power in fourth gear. Careful not to get the off track on the exit. And that has given him a tremendous attack on Merrin Hugavin. Here he goes then down the inside. And up into third place goes Tony Dibden. What's the gap though? He's got to find another 6 seconds to Mark Tranter ahead. Surely this is going to be the fastest lap of the race though. That was astonishing. He's already got the fastest lap of 142.28. And that was a 142.69. Mark Tranter's last lap of 143.44 ahead, and Will Burnett 144.3. There's less than a second now between Will Burnett in second place and Tony Dibden, who we are riding on board with. This is the final race of 3 for the Limit of Adhesion Radical Invitational Battle of the Hot Lappers between the Limit of Adhesion and TDI 99. Tony Dibden, who we are riding on board with, in third place of the race. It's been an amazing evening of racing so far. And on to the banking once again. Less than half a second between these two. It feels like it's Tony shaping up them for a move for second place. Will's gone defensive to the inside, but he's going to have to pop up to open up the bus stop, surely, or he's going to compromise himself. There he goes, yep, drifting across on the brakes. But we know that Tony's amazing through here. Wow, he's almost being checked up by Will ahead of him. I don't think Will can do anything about this one. He's on the outside. Here comes Tony. Anyone else wincing? Tony Dibden is through then. And no, Will's still there on our outside. There they are. That's Will Burnett. He's still managed to stay ahead then, but we're into the braking zone for T1. Whoa. The rotation on Tony's car then, I really thought he was losing it. Crazy fight. Into the horseshoe then, he's diving to the inside. That's Merin Hugovin appearing just behind in shot. Absolutely agree. Phoenix, Tony is faster on the throttle application than Will Burnett, so he gets a better exit on the corners. I think you're right. And look at that then, Tony going right the way around the outside and horseshoe too. Surely that's not going to work. Will's coming across to close the door as they head to the left-hander. Tony diving to the right-hand side to open it up. As Will compromised his entry onto the banking. Here they go, side by side once again. This is astonishing racing. And this is exactly why we chose this race for this track for our finale tonight. Mark Tranter in the lead of the race, but we're watching Will Burnett and Tony Dibden having the mother of all battles right now for second place. Tony's through. Look at the rotation of the car as he goes through the bus stop. Astonishing stuff. Will, I think, had to bail out of it, but he's still going behind. In third. Merin Hugovin very close behind Will Burnett now. Here he is then. That's Merin in the Martini car looking to the outside of Will Burnett in the pink and black Radical as they come to complete another lap. 2.5 minutes remaining. Let's hope Will can... Wow! Merin squirming around then, nearly dropped the car, but he's kept it going. Let's hope Will can stabilise in third place because we don't want an emotional Burnett on our hands. So let's take a run down the order then. Mark Tranter leading the race from Tony Dibden in second after a tremendous battle with Will Burnett. Will's now running in third, just ahead of Merin Hugovin in fourth. Fifth is Ollie Walker. Sixth is Rob Miller, who span it on the first lap, unfortunately. Seventh is Til Malarin from pole position. He had that early spin. Gavin Kelly now in 8th place after his trip to the pits. Then Stephen Crossley has just been demoted by Keith Augustin. They're now 9th and 10th respectively. Andy Bootland's down 11th place. Then the Ledge is in 12th. 13th is Larson, who is out of the race. And Sam Stott also out of the race. So I'm seeing from the info screen that Stephen Crossley had a crash. We'll have a quick replay of that then, see what happened to him. Here's a replay. So he's fighting with Keith Augustin in the black and green car. Coming into turn one then, so Stephen span. Oh, Keith ploughed into him. That was unfortunate. But at least they're now both back on track and running in 10th and 11th. So what's happened? Let's see if we can find Ollie Walker. Here he is then. Ollie's running 5th place then. A bit of a lonely race though. 9 seconds Merrin is up the road ahead of him, and 10 seconds Rob Miller is behind him. Meanwhile, at the front then, there's Tony Dibden in 2nd place. He's reeling in Mark Tranter ahead, but Mark is 6.5 seconds clear with less than a minute to go, so he's just stroking it home now. So we'll go to Mark Tranter then. There he is on the oval, heading to the bus stop for the final time because the 20 minutes have expired. You can see Tony Dibden is on the same bit of the track though. He's done very well to recover from that early spin in the horseshoe. There he is in the background. And they've come all the way from the back of the grid, remember. That's P13 and P14 to 1 and 2 in the race. Mark's opening lap was absolutely astonishing. And do keep checking in on the channel later in the week for a highlights package, which I'm sure Gavin will be delighted to hear me telling him to put together. Mark Tranter wins at Daytona International then. And what's happened to Will Burnett? He's just fallen to 4th. Tony Dibden comes home in 2nd place ahead of Merrin Hugavin. Another podium. That guy just can't stop getting the silverware. Will Burnett has fallen to 4th place ahead of Ollie Walker in 5th, who's finished the race. And now Rob Miller is going to come home in P6. Here he is, slightly bent wing on his car. He comes home in 6th place then, and then we wait for Tor Malarin. There he is going for a... Oh, he's clipped Gavin as well. There they go. We stopped having those exciting ends of the race in our official races just because it was could affect the results if people got DQ'd. I would like to know what happened to Will Burnett there. I don't know if this is going to let me do the replay, but bear with me. I'll probably just have to do a manual rewind. This is ugly. Look away, look away. That's so weird. What a weird accident. Was that before he crossed the finish line? Ah, so Tor just got him on the line, look. It's like amazing. Great racing on those guys. So, let's take a look then at the final classifications for that highly entertaining race. Mark Tranter wins at Daytona International then from Tony Dibden. Merrin Hugavin comes home in 3rd. Will Burnett was in 4th. Ollie Walker comes home in 5th from Rob Miller in 6th. Tom Lauren was in 7th place. 8th was Gavin Kelly. Andy Bootland came home in 9th. Stephen Crossley was in 10th. 11th was Keith Augustin. Lawrence Aaron Jenkins was in 12th. 13th Jason Larson and 14th Sam Stott. Wow, great race there. We will jump in for a quick chat with the drivers before we call it a night. LOA first. Congratulations, Mark. An amazing race.
Yeah, thank you. Really enjoyed that one. absolutely demon start, and then managed to work my way through nice and quickly, which is key to that one.
Yeah, no, it was definitely down to that first lap. And Tony unfortunately dropped it in the horseshoe, but he did so well to come back to P2 behind you. Otherwise, it would have been an even closer fight, I think. But no, that was really exciting.
Yeah, I saw it in my mirrors, so that was a bit of a shame. But as you say, he was with the draft, he was catching me, and yeah, who knows what would have happened otherwise.
Well, are we going to do it again next time? Are you up for it another time? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure we can find a time to fit one in.
Awesome stuff. Cool. Excellent. And Merrin, another podium, mate. You got
Yeah,
that.
I think this was my closest finish in iRacing until now. So.
And what happened then to give you the jump on Will?
It was Will's bus stop that I just got up with him there, and after that it was just the draft. And
Awesome stuff. And Will, did you spin it, or what happened to the bus stop?
I'm just slow.
Fair enough.
Compared to pretty much Merrin, Mark, Tony, was it Didby? Yeah, I'm about a second slower per lap to that bus stop, so there's no hope. As soon as I saw him get within 0.6, I was like, well, goodbye.
Are you happy with P4 though?
Yeah, well, I think it's good enough, isn't it? After 2 shit races, so regardless, could have been worse. Could have been last.
Indeed, it could. Yeah. Excellent stuff. Cool. Well, well done, guys. Great racing. And I'm going to hop over to Tony's channel now. See you all later. Oh, fuck it. Turn that up. There we go, guys. We can always jump back to the LOA. Oh, good. Tony says he can hear the people we're chatting to on the stream. Let's join.
I've been disconnected.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Not
How's it
bad,
going,
not
Rob?
bad. How are you?
All right. Yeah. Oh, what an unfortunate spin in the horseshoe, mate.
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, third gear. Got a bit too lead-footed with my right foot, and around she went, and that was a bit annoying because I was catching the pack that Mark was in, and yeah, well, to be honest, it was a race that could have been because I killed someone in turn 1. So I left a little bit of space there, although he did shut the door on me a little bit, but I was only sort of front tyre against rear tyre. So racing instant, I think, just unfortunate lap 1, turn 1 thing. And yeah, towards the end, though, I was catching Mark at a rate of knots because he was, I'm gonna jab the knife in a little bit there. He was rocking in the 43s. I mean, what was he doing? I mean, he should be in the 42, shouldn't he?
His best lap was a 42.9 by the looks of things. But yeah, I think he was probably stroking it home by then. I mean, his first lap was pretty. Wow. I mean,
I'll tell you what was he in
stuff.
first position? He was first position in by like second lap or something, weren't it? He did
something crazy
he
like that.
wiggled his
Yeah.
way through.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, fair play to him. But yeah, I was catching him on that one. So had the race been 40 minutes long, I might have caught him.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. Oh, well done, mate. I mean, that battle with Will was astonishing as well. Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was. I mean, we were too wide for at least half a lap there, and I chucked my nose, tried to tip my nose in on turn 2, and he left me a bit of room. Also didn't want to understeer wider him, so I took it a bit gently on apex, and then he got better exit and better drive, and then eventually I got the job done just before bus stop.
Yeah. No, I mean, you were creaming him through bus stop, and I've just spoken to Will, and he was saying, yeah, compared to you guys, he was really struggling through there. But yeah.
Yeah, you'd normally find with these laps, there's normally sort of one area that there's a massive speed differential. I mean, I'm not the quickest, and there's some guys that are seconds quicker than me, but generally it's only sort of one place where they're absolutely creaming me. So yeah, it's just trying to find that extra pace.
Indeed, yeah. And Andy, just surprised to see you down there. What happened to you?
I broke the cardinal rule of iRacing: don't die on lap 1. Robert had a spin, I think it was, coming onto the oval on lap 1.
He did, yeah.
And I tried to go down the low side on him, and I had too much gas, or just coming onto the actual banking, spun the back end round, and I was at the back of the field just fighting my way through. And then I got punted into international, squarely up the back a couple of laps later, so I had to take a quick stop. But you know, as you know, if you die in lap 1, you're just on the back foot for the rest of the race. So thank you very, very much for organising this. I really enjoyed it, but that just wasn't my race, that one.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys joined us. And Stephen and Keith, I saw you guys come together in T1. Bit of an unfortunate one. Was it your car going round, Stephen, and then Keith?
Yeah, I
caught you?
lost the back end, and then I think I clicked it down an extra gear like I did when Tony hit me, and then just lost the back end, spun it round, and then obviously Keith T-boned me, which there wasn't any space left because my car was across the track. But yeah, it's a car I've never driven around that track, so it was never going to be the most fun ever.
It does make for a great race, actually, the Radical round Daytona. I mean, that's why we picked it, because it's we had such an astonishing race when we did the season of the Radicals. It was just like, for all that it was too many Rovals, I mean, that one is pretty spectacular in that car.
It was great fun.
Excellent stuff. Well, I'm glad you all joined. Thank you so much for racing with us. It was brilliant stuff. And Keith, I wanted to ask, actually, is it Matrix script on your car? It does look awesome.
Yes, it is just a Matrix script.
Yeah, love it.
And I just wanted to second what Andy said. Thanks for hosting and inviting us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Been great fun. Been great fun.
Has indeed.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, this has been awesome. Yeah, really appreciate you guys organising this. We'll have to do this again because it is great fun.
Definitely, yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to doing another one, but yeah, I think right now I need to go and have a beer. I've been talking for
Don't
3
blame
hours.
me.
Awesome stuff. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Thank you, Gareth.
Cheers, bye.
Well, everyone, that was the TDI 99 guys, and just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the racing tonight. It's been awesome fun to bring to you. And we will definitely be doing another one of these events in the future. Don't know when, probably end of season 4 or maybe in 2022. Anyway, I've been Gareth. Thank you for joining us. See you on our normal racing next time.